Hey everybody, welcome back. We are getting ready to do some more reactions. I almost said music reactions, but that's not what we're doing. We've got Purdy, and I'm halfway dressed. The top half of me is dressed. This looks dirty, but it's not. It's just my painting shirt, although this part is new. I did do some painting this evening. But the bottom half is PJs. That's what this dark blue is. And Purdy wants to get comfortable. I've had a terrible time keeping Buddy and now JoJo out of Purdy's cat bed, which is the circle one right there. It's got a heating pad in it. You can kind of see the heating pad. And of course, the girls all want on the heating pad. And I'm like, no, that's Purdy's. Stay away. At any rate, it's been a busy day. Had to pick up Dad. His truck broke down. Didn't have to go far, but took him back to his house. And I vacuumed the kitchen, which hadn't been done in a couple of months, and cleaned the counter and the sinks. Dishes are going right now. Did my meal prep, did some painting, cleaned up my, I don't even know what to call it, but my de-yellowing project. Cleaned that up this evening. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about with that, it's taking the plastic that has turned yellow because of age and heat and everything, those that have turned yellow, and taking the yellow out of the plastic. There's a process that apparently works, and I've done a video on it, so you guys will see that. If you'll see it pop up, you can decide whether or not you want to watch it or not. But it works. Really impressed with it. And I feel like there was something else I did, but I can't remember now. So I've taken my medications. It's almost 9 o'clock. I've got to get up early. I'm teaching motivational interviewing this week. So I've got to get up at 7 a.m. So we're going to wind down. We're going to watch some shows. We're going to try to speak and kind of go from there. Cats. Can't live with them, can't live without them. So we are getting ready to watch Ozark. We're on season 4, episode 5, I believe. I think this is 5. And this there's been buildup. I guess the biggest thing that happened, other than Wyatt and Ruth getting scared by Darlene just shooting the guy point blank because he was going to try to haggle some money out of her to keep quiet, that visibly shook Ruth. I mean, at least the birds haven't done that in front of her. And I think she's trying to figure out how to get out of the deal. Plus, there was the screw up with not Chris, but it started with a C. Cutter, Connor, something. Him overdosing. But it was also a wake up call for him, and he's going to get clean. But part of getting clean means staying away from the area. So Ruth has lost that connection. Everything seems to be looking terrible. Wyatt went back to Darlene, all kissing and hugging and all that kind of stuff. He just needs a good Gibbs slap. Ruth and Marty had a talk, and Marty wants to buy their heroin in order to make up the supply that they need to for Shaw Industry, because Javi is so paranoid he's not wanting to distribute anything because of the FBI, not realizing that Marty is trying to set him up, although he's getting closer to figuring it out. So we got to figure things out. And I do appreciate Wendy being very frank with Navarro and saying, listen, everybody's making sacrifices. You're going to have to make some too. Let's see if he actually listens to her. So, on that note, I think that's all to catch up on. On that note, let's go ahead and get into this episode and see what happens next. They're looking at you. Does that feel good on the arthritis? Right there. And it is episode 5, and this one's called Ellie. Do we know who Ellie is? I think we've heard the name, but I can't think of what we've heard the name in, what context.
Uh-huh. When's the
Oh,
last time you hit a meeting?
the investigator.
Okay. And the last time I felt grateful.
I wonder, why is
So
it
he's in
alcoholics and the
recovery.
race are people who want to be paid for a gift? You buy that big pile of crack and pull down the shades, and then where will you be?
So this is backstory, apparently, and the evidence is right on the nose. I don't know if that was meant to be a joke or not. We're getting this backstory about him being in recovery, having been hooked on, I'm guessing, cocaine or some form of cocaine. And now he's working on an investigation where, how did he get involved initially? He was looking for Helen, and then he's gotten caught up in this story about Ben and him supposedly being addicted, but then finding out from Dad that Ben's not addicted. So, and this part of the town has a booming heroin business. So I imagine we're getting this backstory because it's going to play a role in either him relapsing or him understanding about the addiction or something like that. I don't have any guesses where it's going though. I
Mel,
could have waited to pause.
Mel, you there?
So it looks like we've got some Nintendo controllers. Looks like NES. We've got EKG, maybe some type of heart or brainwave activity or something like that. We've got a honey bear. That's what that is. I know what those are. Dad used to put his honey in the honey bears. And then we've got a file with documents. So the controllers, I'm guessing, is going to be Jonah or Wyatt, but it could be one of the gangsters or one of the cartel or whatever sitting around waiting, and so they're playing video games. The honey, I'm guessing, is Darlene. The medical equipment, I don't know who they're monitoring. That could be anybody. And the documents, I'm guessing, are going to be Maya, or it could be the attorney that's now working for the cartel, whoever she's working with, whether it's Javi or whoever. Is this at the FBI or is she at a high school? SATs? SATs, because Charlotte was supposed to be taking those. I thought that was Maya, though. So it looks like Ruth is taking Marty up on the deal. Has she let Darlene know? I don't think so. So she passed that test, but again, Darlene, speak of the devil.
They say that there's more of you to love now. Mark it up $1,000 a key. Mark it up 3.
See, Marty wants all of the
Giving you your
supply
living
they
back.
have right now.
From who?
She knows how to play them. What's going to happen when Ruth and Darlene find out what the other is doing?
I mean, he's coming here. At least it means he's considering joining our board. What are you
Was the
doing?
missing sign the driver?
What did you expect, Wendy?
Oh, Ben.
So, anyone
It's
happen
Ruth's
to go
phone
through
number,
town
isn't it?
today?
I didn't have them put up. Right, Darlene did.
Maybe it's a good thing.
That's going to confuse Jonah. You know what I want right now? I want some pork chops, green beans, and mashed potatoes.
Is that a good thing?
It is what it is.
I think the divorce
And
is
since
back
when did you
on.
become so collaborative, huh?
I know that this is, you know, a I'm sorry, but
Why is he not looking
do
at
you
her?
think that you can talk to him and see if he can press Darlene to take that stuff down? I know that it's a lot to ask, but
Does Mom know you're doing this?
Is that the investigator? Detective?
Sorry to interrupt. Anything at all from Helen Pierce?
Yep.
no.
That's what we call an Ellie, as in L-E. It's likely explanation. Wrong.
Oh.
I just want Helen. Body's as good
So
as
that's
a
what
signature,
Ellie
so-
is, okay.
I just got back from North Carolina. Spoke to Nathan Davis, Tennessee.
So he was in
He's got
Boone,
some
North
people down
Carolina.
there. Have a great day.
You too. I hate him so much.
Yeah. So,
At least they
Senator,
have a
how
united
can we
front
be of
about
service?
that.
About it in advance of the stock offering and made a profit. One of them being my son.
So he's going to ask
The
for a
federal
favor.
judge. This guy's been snooping around. I'd love anything you can find on him.
Well, Jim will find out about his addiction history quick enough.
The Snell had it loaded out this morning.
Loaded it out where?
Yep, they weren't communicating with each other.
You shot his fucking dick off, Darlene.
I got a lot of charm.
No thanks.
What were you gonna do with it anyway?
That's fucking moot now, isn't it?
She knew. Her little busy bees
not.
told her.
I cannot right now. I'm in the middle of a drug deal, and Ruth is 25 minutes late.
Don't say that on the phone.
Schaefer without it.
And just because you let that cunt get her fist up your ass does not mean you can get yours up mine. Are we clear?
Yeah? 100 grand for you.
Standing up for herself. Just wish she wasn't with Darlene.
Over 100 cases of wire fraud here.
So there's
Always
the
a hero
folder
to the bracket.
with the documents.
Tell him if... I'll tell him.
Who, Marty
He'd be great at it, you know. Oh, I know.
or Jonah? Marty. I don't know why I thought Jonah. He's way too young. Has to be Marty. Where's the honey bears? Couldn't quite tell if that's what is in his hand or not. I think it is.
Custard.
And she's got them too. Do they sell the spout separately? Well, I'm used to the little like
Sure.
the spout you see on ketchup and mustard and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But
pretty good, I guess.
I guess the honey nowadays,
Yeah, happy.
now that I think about it, the ones in the supermarket just have the hole in the cap.
Life is,
I don't want to get into all that right now. But I have a favor to ask.
I like that Wyatt's nice to her at least.
Well, just keep an eye on him for me, okay? Please.
Did they get Frank Jr. to say yes to the deal? What's Wendy? Oh. I was going to say, what's Wendy going to see? Ah, Wendy.
That sounds incredibly thorough. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Is she doing this
wonder
to
why
try
you
to
didn't
get
tell us
info?
sooner.
So is this her excuse to being in Maya's end of the state?
Oh, and also, I just filed a missing persons report over at the sheriff, so... Fingers crossed.
I'm happy to oblige.
I was wondering if she really was talking to her or not there for a second. That's one way to get her to take them down, is to make her think she's helping. At the racetrack, huh?
did you need to talk to him?
No. No.
He's wondering what a kid is doing handling the
Well, enjoy your
finances.
stay.
He shoots a gun and blows back on me with my dad, I swear to God.
His dad doesn't know.
Don't worry. I probably should have never threw you off that boat.
They're making up. Look at that. That was hard for her to do, though.
Relentless.
Well, that's not good.
No.
And now he's tailing Jonah. She's looking to see who called him. Now she's going to be jealous because Charlotte called him.
Some checks for you to sign, but I didn't do that.
What else are you telling your mommy and daddy about me?
She's going to end up trying to kill Jonah.
And you do not want to see me if I think you're hiding something from me.
Jonah doesn't know that Marty and Wendy didn't kill
They got
him.
rid of his body.
So she's going to assume with that little bit of info that they killed him. not Javi. Is that Darlene's driveway?
Are you gonna go in, Marty? Or Mr. fucking tight ass special ops here? So then I'm fucking going in.
She's stubborn. Well, it's not the first time she's been frisked. I was going to say, if Ruth gets killed after all this time, I'll be upset. And I realize there's still time for anybody to get killed. Well, there's the video game.
Let's say I believe you're not a
Call of
cop,
Duty.
which I don't.
What the fuck do you care?
I care a lot.
Don't like this guy.
Stop telling me how to run my fucking business!
That guy's going to go in blazing.
You authorize me to go in? Go with your gut.
Okay.
Gut's telling you no.
Stay back. I'm serious. Stay back. Stay back.
Oh, Marty, you're not a tough guy.
Can someone fucking help me here?
She hollered just in time. Uh-oh, what's Wendy going to do?
And now,
Why do I get the feeling this is about more than just stock trading?
it's about the technology.
Might have been.
They're dead now. She's feeling dirty.
Those machines can suppress votes.
Yep.
Jeez.
Is this why everybody's so paranoid about machines now at the voting systems? Even though that's not true. What are we focusing on?
Who's asking?
No one's asking.
God, I'm
At the
lying.
market.
Wyatt, get your ass out of there.
Yeah. Look, do you mind if we talk inside? It's kind of freezing out here.
Yeah,
No.
I fucking mind.
Look, I'm not here to.
And I meant no
I
is
swear. I'm just
he
looking
wasn't
for
getting in.
somebody to point me in a direction.
Well, I don't, okay?
Okay. He ever hit you or anything? I'm just asking because of his drug problem.
He didn't have a drug problem.
I'm surprised
Hi there.
Ruth didn't go along with the rumor about Ben doing drugs, even though she was upset about Wendy saying that.
We got the deal done.
Good.
Both had terrible results.
Making $8.60 an hour at Walmart.
Is she going to question him on working with Darlene? And who's this? No, Darlene. Is she going to shoot Wendy?
Is it your own boy ratted you out?
Only because you threatened him.
Talking about. I think it's hard for you to admit sometimes what a kind soul you are. Kind. And
Can't.
helpful. Like letting us work with Ruth.
What's the
What
phrase?
are you talking about?
You can catch more flies with honey than you can with vinegar.
What, Darlene? What?
Here comes the vinegar. Is she having a heart attack? Now, if Darlene doesn't die, this is going to backfire on Wendy. But am I finally going to get my wish? And they're not going to show us. End of the episode.
911, what's your emergency?
I was waiting to see if we were going to hear anything more. So, they're going to show us Wendy waited until she wasn't breathing anymore, having the labored breathing at least anymore, and then called an ambulance. And if she's not dead, maybe she's brain dead. Is Mommy finally going to get her wish? Is Mommy going to finally get her wish? You know what? I was only planning on doing one episode, but I think we're going to have to do another one. I started wondering there for a minute if I was saying much, but every time I do that, there seems to be enough talk, but I noticed I was getting silent a couple of times there, so I don't know if it was necessarily, there wasn't anything necessarily to react to. It was just a matter of letting all the pieces fall into place and then kind of going from there. And yeah, I mean, things are heating up. We're at the crest of the hill now. We're halfway through. Now we got to go the other half towards the series finale. So And I think there's only 10 episodes in this one. Oh no, I lied. There's 14 episodes in this one. So we've got an extended season. We're not even halfway yet. So, with that being said, I don't think Darlene's dead. I do think she's going to become incapacitated, though, or at least not able to do much. She might be able to do demands from her bed or something. But with her having to rely on Wyatt and Ruth, that may open some things up. So we'll have to see. But I don't think she's dead. So I'm hoping for the next best thing. She's severely incapacitated. So Ruth is stubborn and she's got balls, and I'm surprised she's not dead yet. I'm glad she's not dead yet. I do like Ruth, and I do feel bad for her a lot of times. Marty taking the gun, that was pitiful. It was pitiful, and he almost got himself killed. And I'm surprised that the Marine didn't go ahead and kill him. So I don't know what Ruth said to that guy to finally get him to change things around, though. I mean, they didn't show us that part. So is that going to come back into play? I think that's where we're at with things. I just want to go ahead and get on to the next episode and see what happens with Darlene. Because now that I know that we're not at the halfway point, now I'm just hoping, because I don't think they would have killed her this early. I'm just hoping that she's incapacitated. So I want to see what happens. So thank you for joining me on this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.